Sit back. We're gonna give you the whole deal on this one.
Okay, first off, this coin, when we talk about palladium.
Beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yes.
Well, it's high relief too. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go right to the back of the coin.
Okay, oh my gosh.
Look, let me turn this eagle. Look at that eagle.
Definitely 3D.
Doesn't it look like it's jumping off the coin? They've done this in high relief and proof. Oh, great shot, guys.
Wow.
Look at that. It is just, I mean, that eagle comes to life. It is truly spectacular. Now, anytime you hear, well, you know, people know platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this is palladium. Okay, palladium is 10 times rarer than platinum. Okay, so you think platinum's rare, palladium's rare. Now, this is not platinum plated, or this is an ounce of pure palladium.
Wow.
An ounce of pure palladium.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah.
That's what
it's
we
very
love.
dense. It's a dense
Yes.
metal. So let me talk about this. There is an addition here we have of 129. And as I explained last week, I've aired this one other time. This is, and we talked about this last week, this is my handshake price. And I'll explain to you why that's important. So when this coin came out, they did a palladium coin last year, which we sold, and we originally sold, I think, it was a bullion coin, okay, instead of a proof coin. And I think we started at $29.99.95, then we had to go to $39, then we had to go to $49. I think my final price on that was $5,400 or $5,500, something like that. I don't even have any of those right now. 15,000 was the mintage. But they sold them through bullion distributors, and since I'm a big dealer, I was able to get allocations. Out of the 15,000 coins, I got like, I think I had about almost 2,000 of the 15,000 coins.
My goodness.
Yeah, well, we're big dealers,
yeah.
okay, with this. This coin didn't come out that way. This coin, because it is a presentation coin with the West Point Mint mark, and it's not a bullion coin, this coin came out directly from the United States Mint, and it came out one per household. Now, I'm a huge dealer. I spend literally tens of millions of dollars a year at the United States Mint so I had a special dispensation. They allowed me to get one coin, literally one coin. That was our allocation, was one coin, just like everybody else. So what this created was a situation where if I have to get 129, and that's in 70, that's perfect.
That's perfect.
Okay, I just had a submission that went in, you know, we had 25 coins, I got 8 70s. So those are grading at somewhere between 25 and 30%. So I had to buy 300 or 400 coins. I had to buy, actually, we own hundreds of coins to get to 129. I have to literally negotiate with hundreds of people, because it was one per household. And that's what's starting to happen. And so what we do is we talk to other dealers and say, okay, you know, you talk to everybody that you know, you can get me 10 coins, you can get me 20 coins, you can get me 30 coins, and then we aggregate enough coins together to be able to do this. Well, the problem is all these dealers that we have dealt with for years and years and years, we set a price so that we could set a price here. So we set our price ahead of time here, $39.99.95, based on what the cost was, based on the premium that we have to pay to aggregate and put all these coins together.
Okay.
That all went out the window. Like I said, I've done business with these people for decades on a handshake, and those handshakes were rescinded by about 90% of the people. 90% of the people I've done business with, literally millions of dollars worth of business, said, we simply won't provide the coins to you at that price. You have to pay more. So at the end of the day, because we'd set our price and we'd set our addition, we paid the extra money. But what I didn't want to do is raise our price. This was our original price, $39.99.95. This was my handshake price with you. When I sold it last week, it was $39.99.95. We had 120, I didn't even have 129 last week. We finally filled the edition, even though I paid literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars more per coin to fill this edition, okay? I filled my edition and my responsibility at $39.99.95. I have all 129 coins to fill the edition. Now, I sold it last week for the first time. How many coins do we have left in this?
We have 58 left.
I have 58 left out of the 129.
Wow.
I have 58 left out of the 129. So we're over half sold from last week. Now, if you go out there you go, there's 58 coins left. Now, this is our first day of issue. The other thing is not only, and from last week when I sold this coin to this week, the price of the ungraded, uncertified coins, remember you need 3 coins to make one, has gone up anywhere between about $100 and $300 additionally.
Oh my goodness.
From last week to this week, okay? From last week to this week has gone up between $100 and $300. My price has gone up not a single penny. I will hold it for all 129 coins that are in this edition. So you can see we've sold at 58 coins. We've sold, what is that? We've sold 71 coins. We've sold 71 coins at my original handshake price. Okay. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So now let's talk about the coin just for a minute, and then I'll get back to our trials and travails of trying to put these together.
Okay.
The coin itself, first of all, 1 ounce pure palladium. The government has done this only one other time in the past, last year, and of course that is one of the best coins in the marketplace today. But those came out in big quantities. These literally went out as what we call singletons, at a single coin at a time. Just absolutely, positively stunning in gorgeous pure palladium. You may recognize that design, okay? You may recognize that design, okay? And see this right here, people are going, is that the mint mark? That's not the mint mark.
Oh, it isn't?
That's the initials of the designer, Adolf Weinman. See the AW?
Yeah, yes.
There's the mint mark.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, okay? Because Adolf Weinman designed this coin when he designed the Mercury dime in 1916. That's what this design is. This is the original Mercury dime that you're going to have right here, except it's done instead of a dime. I've always considered it to be one of America's most beautiful coins. But it's always this tiny little dime that's usually worn out. Instead, you've got it now in high relief, in solid palladium. Look at that, Lady Liberty, as you can see right there. And see that right there, people are going, what is that? That is because of the relief of the coin, that's her nose 3 times reflecting in the plastic that holds the coin, see that? See that? You can see it's almost like a triple relief because it is such an incredibly high relief coin. So, you've seen the Mercury dime. What you have not seen is the reverse of the coin, okay? You may have seen, well, that eagle looks familiar, and indeed it does. Because there is a similar eagle to this. Sorry, I'm gonna get that in a great, oh, look at that right there. Beautiful. There's a similar eagle to this that's on the back of the Walking Liberty $half, also designed by Adolf Weinman. Okay. It's one of the most beautiful silver coins ever made by the United States government. This was in essence, they had to choose. He had to do several different designs, sculptures. They had to do sculptures to do these. They did not use this in 1916 to create the Walking Liberty $half. Instead, this went into the archives of the United States Mint and was pulled out for this coin.
Wow.
So
this is the first time that's being used?
Yes, it's on the Palladium coins, as you can see right there. And as you can see, that is the olive branch of peace, which the eagle's ripping an olive branch off of peace to carry around in his talons, as you can see right there. And look at that. And the wings on that are almost angelic, if you look at that. And that was his intention when he designed these. So if you look at these old kind of Victorian representations of angels, those are the types of wings that they had, as you can see. And so he put those representatively on the United States, on the American eagle, on the American bald eagle that you can see right there. Very stylized is what that is. And so I love that in terms of that. And then just the way they were able to make that coin, look at the relief on that coin. It's spectacular, done once again in pure solid palladium. Now, the government made 15,000 of these coins. That's it. Sold them to 15,000 different households. So we had to aggregate them and put them together. The problem with that is not all of them are going to grade 70. The problem is putting all those together. The problem is of course, these things, in essence, from their original government issue, and you understand it's an ounce of palladium, so it is expensive to start with. Palladium is naturally occurring in the Earth's crust about 10,000 times rarer than gold. As mined, as it comes out of the Earth, about 30 times rarer than gold. Wow. This coin represents about 10% of all the palladium mined on Earth this year.
My goodness.
Now, palladium has got industrial uses. It's used in catalytic converters. It's used in lots of things, just like platinum is. It's one of those metals. It's platinum, palladium, iridium. All of those coins are all part of this family, this platinum family. And so to be able to get that coin, so it is an extremely rare intrinsic metal to start with. Now add in 15,000. Now I want to go back to how disruptive this coin has been. Literally people out there that have done business for decades, and I talked to a guy, he's one of the biggest dealers on the planet. I mean, and I've known him for forever and ever and ever. And he's like, he says, I could sell you, 200 NGC coins, okay, and we have a couple of them. Well, as it turned out, he couldn't sell me 200 NGC coins. He couldn't sell me 100 NGC coins. He couldn't sell me 50 NGC, because everybody reneged on him. He says, I've never seen anything like it. He says, it is the craziest thing. Guys that I have done literally millions of dollars worth of business in the last couple years said, no, they're holding me up for $100 a coin, 75 bucks a coin, 125, $200 a coin, $300 a coin. And so I call and say, okay, I'll give you the extra 75. Then I get a phone call 15 minutes later. It went up another $50. You got to give me another $50. He says, I just committed to the coins. And so what happens is it has been completely and utterly, totally disruptive because everybody wants this coin. And what they did is you budget it in at X amount for an uncertified, ungraded coin, and then all of a sudden when that goes up $300 or $500 or $800 a coin, you have to, in essence, come up with the extra money, particularly if you need, I mean, we've spent literally millions of dollars buying these coins. Well, not everybody has access to, you know, lines of credit in the millions of dollars, so they have to sell inventory. And so that's how I got that San Francisco S-Minute Eagle deal that we got right there. That's how I got the 81S Morgan Silver Dollars coming out. Now, when you look at this first day of issue, if you look at, let's say, NGC or PCGS first day of issue, you're not touching that coin for $39.99.95. Okay? I think the PCs are about, I saw anywhere between 5,000 and 8,000, something like that. The NGCs, I don't even know if there's any of them left. I mean, the last ones I saw trading were 4,400 or something like that. But that's a long gone conclusion. As you can see, each one of these individually numbered. These are exclusive to us, guaranteed lowest price. This is your way to get your palladium that you have right here, yeah. And what's happening is we have lots of people coming in on this, okay, as you can see. 58 is all that remain in the entire edition, folks, in the entire edition. This has been one of the most incredible coins that the United States government has ever released, this coin. It is the hottest coin in the marketplace today, bar none. Absolutely, positively, bar none. This is the lowest first day of issue price of any Palladium Eagle, I think, that's out there in the marketplace. Once again, it's my handshake price. This is the price I agreed to. This is the price I guaranteed. Okay, this is the price that I guaranteed when we started, we were getting ready for this coin a month or 6 weeks ago. Okay. I'm holding my price for this and only for this. So that's absolutely crucial for you to understand what your opportunity is on this. In this first day of issue, that's 100% exclusive to us.
And remember, fewer than 5 dozen. Fewer than 5 dozen is all we have.
Is all that we have left with this incredible coin. And like I said, I can't explain to you just how incredibly disruptive this coin is in the marketplace today.
How long has it been, or do you remember the last time a coin really garnered this much? You know,
I've been around, you know, I've been around with a lot of coins that have done a lot of, that have gotten crazy. Yeah. You know, the first kind of, the first big one is like the 2006 Silver Buffalo Dollar, which came out at 50 bucks and went to $300, kind of just like this today. That's a $1,000, $1,200 coin. Wow. Okay, and I remember that, but still there were guys who committed to coins and delivered coins and so on and so forth. Last year, even the Palladium coins from last year. Now, last year's coins, of course, weren't proof. Okay, by the way, this sold out from the United States Mint in, the government says 5 minutes. I can tell you if you weren't online to get this within 30 seconds, you were shut out on this coin. So, I mean, it's sold out in less than a minute. So, I mean, you know, that's uncertified and ungraded. Like I said, the coins are not grading all that well, as a matter of fact, at this point. So this represents 500 coins, which represents the better part of 5%, you know, almost 5% of the entire mintage. So this represents, you know, 1 in 20 of every single coin available in the marketplace is represented by this coin right here. So I've seen a lot of craziness happen in the coin market, but nothing that has been quite as disruptive as the Palladium coin that you see right here, particularly in first day of issue. Particularly in the first day of issue. And here's the thing I can tell you. Based on the sales from last week, I've only aired this one other time, okay? And like I said, I didn't even have the full complement of coins. I went out there and we literally spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars more per coin. I held my price. Like I said, this is my handshake price at $39.99.95. This will sell out today. We had the big primetime show from 8 to 10 tonight. For sure. So that is this will absolutely sell out tonight. And then, since everybody, this is the wholesale price at $39.99.95. $1.25. You can't get this anywhere else. Then the secondary market takes over on that.
That's right.
And that's where you start to get this. And look at this. That's absolutely beautiful. The front, the reverse, and the front of this coin. It is something you absolutely, positively, 100% must add to your collection. It's the hottest coin I've seen in probably 20 years.
Oh my goodness.
Somewhere right around in there. And it's been even more disruptive than any of those other coins. I mean, we're looking at like the 10th anniversary American Silver Eagle, 20th anniversary American Silver Eagle, all of those things. Okay.
Wow. And you've got it. I mean, this is your opportunity.
And first day of issue, certified perfect.
Certified perfect, because it is a 70, proof 70. This is your opportunity to get it. We would love to be able to send it to you. And we'll only have a few dozen of them remaining. And when they're gone, I mean, you know what happens once the price is out there. It starts to climb. So it's 640771. We will remind you of this as we move throughout the hour, but join those of you who've already picked this up. Now, we can't air everything because it would probably take us days to do so, but we do have a lot of inventory, a lot of coins on hsn.com that you don't typically see on air. You can always shop 24/7, and you can always shop there, and anything new, anything that's available that Mike brings, you will see it there first. All right, we're gonna give you a chance to order your Palladium coin. We're gonna take a break and come back for more.